We are so busy trying to get what we like. We are so busy trying to get what we like that we forget to like what we get. And there's so much to like in people.
Namaste, world raisers. Sabine and Roger here. Let's watch this to know the pot theory of relationships. A request by Satyam Mishra.
Awesome. Looking forward to this. Gaur Gopal Das. This is only the second video that we watched from him. We absolutely loved the first video. So let's dive right into this.
How many of you clean pots at home? Okay, thank you. Oh, many men are raising their hands as well. Thank you. It's lovely to see men are also helping at home in cleaning pots. You know, when you have a sink and you have one pot in the sink and you're trying to clean it, there's not much sound. But when you have more than one pot, 2 pots, if there's 3, God. The more the number of pots, the greater the sound in there, isn't it? So it's amazing. We need relationships to be happy, but every guy is like a pot. And if there's 2 pots living in a house, raise your hands if you have ever experienced some sound in the house because of conflicting pots. Please. Thank you. Thank you very much. Raise your hands if this, to add to the 2 pots, there's 2 more pots called kids. And then we have 2 more of those pots who grow up as teenagers, then the sound increases even more. Raise your hands if you have experience of that. Phew. Oh my God. What do? It's relationships that bring you joy, and the same relationships that you're constantly fighting. One husband and wife, my God, they had such a fight. And the lady called her mother, "Mom, I can't stay with this guy, Mom. He's too much. I'm not going to stay with this guy. Mama, I'm coming back home for 3 weeks, Mama. I'm coming back." The mother said, "Darling, you don't come back. He must get the reaction to what he has done. I'll come to your home for 3 months. You relax. You just take it easy, you know. I'll come to your home for 3 months. We will make sure he gets every bit of what you give it to him." As much as we want our relationships to be deep, we also know the challenge is egos. As much as we want to make them the bondings of love, we know the challenges is massive differences of nature. As much as we want to have those true, genuine exchanges based on affection, the challenges are different opinions. How many of you are married here? Almost all. Wow, that's good. How many of you got a partner of your choice? Thank you. How many of you did not get a partner of your choice? You don't have to raise your hands if you don't want to. It's okay. Did not get a partner of your choice. As if it makes a lot of difference. As if it would make a lot of difference that you get a partner of your choice or you don't get a partner of your choice. Eventually, you end up staying with each other and more or less the same things happen. You know, I always say this. I say, no one teaches a volcano how to erupt. No one teaches a tsunami how to sway. No one teaches a hurricane how to attack. And no one teaches a man or a woman how to find a partner in marriage. Natural disasters just happen. Natural disasters just happen. Now, I just have one thing to say. We don't want our relationship to be a disaster. We don't want our relationship to be a disaster. And it's not just a married relationship, any relationship. These principles are true for any relationship. We don't want our marriage to be or our relationship to be a disaster. And if we do not want our relationship to be a disaster, we have to start liking the person to whom we relate to. Happiness is not about getting what you like. Happiness has a lot to do with liking what you get. We are so busy trying to get what we like. We are so busy trying to get what we like that we forget to like what we get. And there's so much to like in people. So much to like in people. They say the person whom you wanted to get married to, whom you loved, you never get. And the person, now you're married to someone, and the person whom you really loved and wanted in your life simply remains the password of your email ID. And then you just look at it and say, haha, once upon a time, there was a time when we used to love this person. Now I'm stuck with this past. Oh my. Believe me, there is a great need that we start liking the person whom we connect to.
We should definitely give our best to get what we like, but if we don't, due to whatever reason, let's also start liking what we get and be grateful. Gratitude is the key to happiness. Oh, I love this very, very much again.
Oh, he's so good. I love his talks. It's amazing. He's such a wonderful person. Human being, wonderful soul. And he just cuts right to the heart and the core. And so necessary, his wisdom, right? Yeah, sometimes we get caught up on the spiritual journey and the path of just, seeking this realization and this wisdom and self-knowledge and enlightenment. That we often forget about the practical day-to-day teachings of just getting along, right? Love the one you're with and enjoy the companionship and the company and appreciate and be grateful. So yeah, if you guys noticed, I did not put my hand up to cleaning pots.
Oh yeah, but that's okay.
So I just want to take this moment to express my gratitude. Sabina does so much.
Oh God.
It's truly amazing. And I am so fortunate and blessed. And and I was really open, I never went with any expectations or intentions of meeting anybody or finding anyone when I set on my spiritual journey to Nepal the first time, but ended up meeting this beautiful being in a Buddhist monastery, and the rest is history. So so I'm very grateful and fortunate, and I know, so we're doing our best and just have a spiritual partner, spiritual companion on the journey. And one thing that was really key for our relationship was that we became aligned beings first, and spiritual partners and friends first, before anything else. We made a commitment actually to do a 3-month retreat together in the Himalayas. We made that before we ever got romantic, and we stuck to that. We committed to it. And then we set an intention, pursue enlightenment as quickly as possible for the sake of all sentient beings. And that's still, the foundation of our relationship. So yes, from time to time, the egos get the better of us, and we do have friction and fight. But because our intention and our alignment is solid and fixed and not moving at all, then of course we have to forgive, right? We always forgive one another and accept that karma is also a process and a play for all spiritual seekers on the path. There's going to be some karma coming up. And then we accept that there's going to be some times where some purification and some negativity needs to be expressed and released or let go or witnessed. And then it's also the practice of forgiveness, even could be another reason for things to happen. But ultimately, once you understand all that, then there can be an enjoyment because, why not, right? So we already set our intention. We know what we're about and what we're going to do, and that we're spiritual beings, which means that we're not the ego self. We understand, even just conceptually, that we're there's a higher mind. The true self is non-dual in nature. So in reality, we're one, beyond just, marriage and the state of non-duality, everything is one. So try to be that, and express that and, bring that light into the world, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, I thought this was very beautiful. Yeah, and he's talking about relationships in general, but of course the ones closest to us, our parents, maybe even siblings, and then partners, those very, very sadly, in a way, are very dramatic often and very not healthy, and lots of healing needs to be done, and often people don't do it, which is such an irony, because they're the people closest to us that we actually love most, that we have such a horrific relationship with often. So yeah, I wasn't a big fan of intimate relationships. That's why I wanted to become a nun. not just because of that. I believed in the monastic life, but yeah, also, it's just such a pain, and it's just distraction. It's like you're just thinking about the other person and not about, your progress and whatever. So I was very firm with his commitment to becoming a nun, but then I met Roger, and even the first 2 years, I still, it's like, oh no, this is good, we're on the journey together, but eventually I will become a nun. And who knows, maybe Roger will become a monk. I had all these fantasies. These were my fantasies about becoming monks and nuns maybe together. And, but then, yeah, and also, admitting that I'm in a relationship again was not easy. I was a bit embarrassed and all that. But on the other hand, after a while, I just realized that it's just most meaningful. And there was this knowing, this deeper knowing, that I just knew that this is going to be the way. It's like, this is Roger and me. This is the way. And I'm going to benefit most from this more than becoming a nun. I just knew it. I knew it. And then I was able to let go. And then I was really able to commit to this relationship. Because, yeah, I was a horrific girlfriend, to say the very least. Roger was the most patient person and a master in forgiveness, to say the least. I always said I wouldn't be with myself. It's just absolutely, I was mentally not very well. But Roger, for some reason, he stayed with me because he had so much faith in our intention, and he could see my potential, even though yeah. And he stayed. And then at some point there was this big messy thing, and he said, well, we're either going to break up now, or you're going to do something about your mental health. And then I contemplated. It's like, oh, how amazing would it be to be free away from Roger, and I'm just going to be happy again. I can do whatever I want. No more this, no more that. But then on the other hand, there was this knowing, and there was just the commitment to enlightenment and the commitment to the path that is just unshakable. And so I thought, no, I'm going to take action here. And my action was seeking a therapist. And fortunate to have found the most amazing therapist. Like, we were like the best match. And from then on, I just became a much, much nicer person, and everything paid off, and everything that he saw in me started blossoming again, but this time within a relationship. So yeah. Anyways,
so we all have that potential, and it is like, when we think about a human being, if you strip away the whole ego and the psychological mind, the mentally constructed, influenced, ignorant mind that's been programmed by society, if that's totally done and gone, the true being is beautiful and wonderful and spiritual and loving and kind and caring. And I saw that in Sabine from the moment I met her, right?
Incredible.
So I knew that the potential's there, right? We just need to do the work. Like the whole purpose of being on a spiritual journey is to, let go and undo these negative things. Okay, we got some noisy neighbors, but that's okay. We send them love. Yeah, they get skidoo or something.
Oh, yeah, we have a lot of snow here.
Yeah. So the road construction just ended, and now we have this.
But our relationship with them is good, so it's all good.
We're in a good state, right? So we're very happy to be here, working on YouTube, Raise the World Project. Now we're happy to spend our time with all of you wonderful beings. So let us know if this video touched you guys as much as it did us. Let us know in the comments, any experiences and difficulty and how you overcame any sorts of challenges, in your relationships. I think it's the essence. And also, when Sabine was talking about being a nun, I did contemplate quite a bit too about becoming, a monk, and seeking enlightenment and just being totally fixed, because I have a really strong inclination that if I was just left without any distractions at all, I would be like a gold medal monk, and I would be on it. I would be, because it's my main intention. There's nothing else to do, right? However, the relationship, also on the teachings, we're taught and we learn that we need to be in the world as well. And often if you just go into a monastery, it could be like, are you escaping something? Or are you supposed to, or is it more beneficial to be in a relationship to really practice? Because I see how, and Sabine touched on it, not in this video, but she's mentioned before that the reason why she decided and had that strong inclination to stick with the relationship was that it gives the opportunity to practice. If you just go and become a nun, are you going to be dealing with your issues, right?
Maybe you might. So every path is different. I love the monastic lifestyle, and we're actually very supportive of that.
But you wouldn't have the relationship trigger that you needed to
I know, but
deal with.
Still they deal with other things, and there are lots of relationships happening. There are lots of relationships happening within the monastic life, right? Not as romantic, but you still have to interact with others. So it's not a piece of cake to be monastic.
So thank you so much for joining us and sticking around through this noisy discussion. So glad to have you with us. If you like this video as much as we did, please let us know down in the comments. Let us know if you have any relationship difficulties and how you most effectively deal with them. Remember to hit that like button and, of course, subscribe. It really, really helps the channel. And remember, raise yourself
and raise the world. Thank you so much, everyone. And a very special thank you to all our members. We love you.
Peace.